Welcome back to X3 Terran Conflict. Where we last left off, we were still waiting to be contacted by the Terrans. So, this episode will either be more trade setting up while waiting for the Terrans to contact us, or they'll contact us soon and we'll be able to continue the mission. We'll see. Okay. Now, some of you may realize, but by now that I've actually got myself a backlog of videos to upload. I'm trying to keep myself buffers so that I can stay on a Monday, Wednesday, Friday upload. About this point, well, today is January 2nd, so you can keep up with where I am and other things too. Let's see, we got about 1 million credits to spend. Oh, now they contact us. Yeah, it's making money. It's just spending it mostly on crystals so far. And he's coming home with a shipment of 31 more crystals. So he's still filling them up in crystals. But enough for that for now. Let's get to Mars. Now, even though you can't jump directly into Terran space except at the asteroid belt, you can still jump in and it'll to any of the sectors. It'll just manually fly from the asteroid belt to wherever you're going. So I'll cut back in once we're actually in Mars. Okay, I'm just cutting in a little early because it's a what the hell moment. I jumped into asteroid belt and I got a warning. 2 mines were detected. Are they trying to blow me up? It's not even very far above the gate. Well, just thought I'd mention that, so maybe if you fly through here you could be a little more cautious. Okay, now we're in Mars. Time to contact the person here. Now, I'm just going to warn you, the next part of the 6th mission is a little bit of buggy and it doesn't work too well. But you succeed no matter what. In fact, every mission involving boarding is the same. Buggy and doesn't work very well. Okay. I think we got a dock. Yeah, I'm just giving you that heads up there because I don't want you thinking that I completely suck. Because boarding is tricky to begin with, and it's hard to get to work anyway. Boarding is how you take over ships that are larger than a fighter. One other thing, I will discuss more about the economy once I actually start another trade episode. Okay, I'll discuss how the NPC economy works versus how your economy works, and how to balance the two to make money.
Greetings, friend. We bid you a heartfelt welcome to this Terran station.
Connection to local trading network established.
Pilots, we have information on the terraformers. The Split acquired the technology to build them from a person named Martin Winters, a Terran. Winters was presumed dead centuries ago, even before the initial terraformer war. We now assume that he fled and had cryogenically frozen himself. Winters was a scientist who worked on the terraformers and was against the shutdown of the project. This explains how the Xenons seem to be manipulated. He is, without a doubt, the foremost expert of terraformer and Xenon technology. His motives are obviously against our interests, and he must be tracked down and stopped.
We got another name from the Split. Aldrin.
Aldrin was a colony of Earth. It was set up centuries ago, but was lost during the Terraformer War. The Terraformers destroyed every colony we had. At least, that is what we thought. The coordinates for Aldrin were stolen during the terraformer attack in the solar system. Winters may be using Aldrin as a base of operations. Why he chose that system is still unknown. We have reverse engineered a jump beacon and have attempted to send it to the coordinates. If it ends up in the correct system, the fleet will get the green light.
Winters may be aboard a large ship or a base. We will be attempting to capture him, so marine boarding craft will be used. As you may have gathered, marine boarding is designed for capturing large ships. I'd like to see how you get on. Try capturing this ship here. We're giving you control of the boarding ship now. Have fun, pilot.
Yeah.
There are Marines on board the boarding ship, ready to go. You will find the command to board a ship in the command console.
Thing about it is, they give you a boarding craft, but by the time you can get over to it and actually start giving it orders, it's almost too late, and they're just going to give you the ship anyway. Plus, the shields are up, and you got to bring the shields down in order to get Marines through. So, yeah. We're just gonna see that until they give up on having me board, because the next part of the mission, which involves boarding, the NPCs do the most of the work. I've yet to successfully board anything, honestly. Some people can do it well, some people just are like me and can't get the system to work, because half the time the Marines don't launch. Then you got then they fry if the shields come up to above a certain percentage, and you got to avoid destroying the ship too. It's just a painful headache, no matter what. Maybe if I had weapons that did very little damage to the hull, but did massive damage to shields, like ion cannons, I would.
It's not like I don't trust you, but you better practice boarding on that ship over there.
Yeah, he's gonna bug us about it. We're just gonna ignore him and he'll give us the ship. Yes, he will. It's a very nice ship. I look forward to it. And yes, I know I just got this one. Doesn't have much in it right now. But while we're waiting, it's a little slower than this one, but can have 1 gigajoule shields. And 10 forward lasers with 2 up and down turrets each, which they're full hemisphere turrets, which is nice. In case you didn't know what this means, Electromagnetic Plasma Cannons, which is what I've been using, are this column. This column is another weapon, matter-antimatter launcher. That's something I'll have to make the Terrans happy with me before I can buy. But it's an ammo-based weapon that really will help with the energy problems that it has, and they're just about as powerful as as electromagnetic plasma cannon. I'm going to start abbreviating these.
You don't need to. Commander Jackson will be leading the operation. The fleet is assembling in orbit of the moon. Speak to Commander Jackson to receive your orders.
I told you he'd give it to me. Okay. Let's do a freight exchange. I've got a transporter device which makes this possible.
Advanced satellite transfer. Fighter drone transfer. Energy cells Spectre missile.
Oh, I've got some missiles I probably should sell.
Missile transfer. 25
Actually,
shield. 25
I'm gonna get some better shields for it.
Electromagnetic plasma bioscan special command.
All ships larger than a fighter come with Fight Command software automatically,
Navigation
so you don't have to worry about ever buying it for those ships.
Cargo light transport, video enhancement, motion docking, trading, freight scan, mineral scan, transfer.
Okay, now that everything's transferred, let's change ship. Oh, look at that! Okay, now where is my old ship? You, the transport that they give us for free. I want you to go dock at this shipyard.
Command accepted.
As far as my other ship is concerned, you. I want you to dock at... I want you to dock at the equipment dock here, and let me know when you're done. By the way, set this one to auto-notify. Before I go anywhere, I want to dock at an orbital defense station to upgrade... Actually, let's jump to a sector which is smaller. But I'm going to upgrade my speed so that I don't move pathetically slow. Jump and fly to station. Let's get these commands right. Okay. And I'm gonna, before we continue this mission, go to the moon, I'm gonna go ahead and off-screen a bunch of me getting, me buying shields and stuff. Okay, I'm back here. It's gonna be a little while before I can fully upgrade the Vidar here. Even though I've got full shields, I still need 6 either matter-antimatter launchers or electromagnetic plasma cannons, and I'm not on good enough terms with the Terrans yet, oddly enough, to get either. So I guess today will be another trade mission. Okay, you can see the stats of it now that I've done what upgrading I can to it. 128 meters per second, not that it's a bit slower than the last ship, but it's not that much slower. It was 175. But it has over 6 times the shields, which is nice. Almost 7 times the shields. Now, I'm going to do a quick mission. I'm going to cut the video until I find one, which will earn me a pretty penny, and then we'll go about setting up what's called a system and universal trader. Okay, this will both make us more money and help us in the future with my reputation with the Terrans. Okay, I found a kill mission. It's got a pretty good payout.
You are talking to... Spit out crate! Encoding data to...
So let's go ahead and take it. Where do we gotta go? It looks like Nyana's hideout. So let's jump to the sector. That'll help us a lot with catching these guys. He's not on screen yet. He doesn't actually spawn until we get there. So let's hope I choose the right gate. If not, I'll make an extra jump to go to the other gate.
20, 30, 40, 50%, 60, 70, 80, 90, jumping.
And for the record, I only went to that sector because of the fact that I remembered I had an extra EMPC stash there on one of my scouts.
Nyana's hide autopilot off.
Okay. Oh, I've got to go dock here.
Autopilot activated.
I guess I dock here, get the information, and then go. Well, I got 30 minutes. Divided by 10 when I'm on CETA. Yes, time actually does count down normally even though you're on CETA. It's accelerated time. Not you get places faster. That's one thing they've taken out of the Rebirth, and honestly, due to the bugs that you encounter, I'm not entirely sad to see it go.
On behalf of our President and Senator, the Argon Federation...
Connection to local trading.
Okay, in a second here I should get word. Or maybe I can... Aha, here we go.
Receiving upgrade information for database.
Okay, I guess I didn't need a dock. So we gotta go to Omicron Lyrae. I could have probably guessed that. I do not see him here yet. But once again, if I jump to the wrong gate, I'll just jump to the correct gate.
Jump device charging at 10%. 20.
I've also set up my ship now so it automatically buys up to 30 jumps worth of energy
60,
every time I land at a power plant or any place that sells energy.
80, 90, jumping.
It's more convenience than anything. Just means I never forget to recharge.
System, Omicron autopilot on.
Oh, I did go to the wrong gate, so... Once again, jump to this sector, we're going to the north gate.
Jump device
And we're coming up behind him. Mwahaha.
20, 30, 40, 50%, 60, 70, 80, 90, jumping. Entering system autopilot on.
If you notice, I still have my CAG on the monitor to the right. He jumped out of here. The second these guys arrived, he's now avoiding trouble. That is the
Target is now
Goblin missile
firing
defense.
range.
The Goblins automatically start generating a screen when you're in a capital ship to deal with incoming missiles.
On behalf of our friends,
Target locked on. Incoming message.
It looks like I got it. And you see how well they deal with the missiles, so I don't have to worry about them that much anymore.
Target
Just have to keep enough goblins to deal with it. Which are the fighter drones. Okay, who's closer?
Pirate Discoverer.
Damn these
Vanguard.
fast ships.
Target is now in firing range.
And the way the Goblin AI is, they've adjusted the fighter drones so that when the fighter drones start getting attacked by enemies, they'll try to hide behind you, being the big ship and all.
Pirate Buzzer.
So whenever they get targeted by the enemy, like that one is, he will run behind me so that the enemy comes to me. Rather nasty, if I must say.
Pirate Discoverer.
That's one of the reasons why I like Mars.
Vanguard.
By the way, that was what the heck? I think he got killed by some of the sector defenses before I could get to him. That just sucks. Let's go encourage this guy to come fight me. Yeah. They're bothering him now. In fact, wow.
No aim.
Did my scouts own him, or did the other ships own him? Another advantage of goblins, you can send them to go collect stuff for you. I've been forgetting to show that off. So now we're out for another mission. I'll contact you once. I'll cut the scene until I find one, because that doesn't look like there's one here. Welcome back. We seem to have a minor xenon infestation here. I believe I could buy a enforcement license, so I'm going to buy one and then I'm going to try to help out and gain some cash that way. But boy, is that a lot of xenon. So let's go ahead and dock. See about buying this. Just in case you didn't know as well, this is the largest class of ship that can dock on normal stations. Anything larger than a Corvette class ship, which this is, M6, needs to dock at, can only dock at equipment and shipyards. Equipment stations and shipyards, that is. And the hub, but don't ever try to manually dock at the hub. I mean, use autopilot to dock at the hub unless you're out of sector.
on behalf
Because
of our
that's,
President
no,
and Senator, the
doesn't work.
Argon Federation welcomes friends aboard.
Yes, I can afford it, and I can...
Local trading network
So,
established.
let's go help out with this xenon infestation.
Xenon
First one. You probably haven't seen the P yet. We're going to show you how quickly it dies. It's up here. I'm going the wrong way. But that's a lot of xenon. And generally, flying in the way of the xenon is a bad idea, usually. But we got shields. We should be able to take them. If not, we just saved. Auto-saved when we docked at the station. You there.
Xenon N.
Come over here. There's my missile defense coming out. Yeah, they are owning him. Wow. I've never seen them do quite that well.
Xenon N.
Or at least maybe I'm misremembering. Well, we got an L up front here.
Xenon L.
That noise is the Mars system telling me it's firing at someone.
On behalf of our President and Senator, the Aryan Federation thank you for your help with this invader. As a reward, you get 5,000 credits.
Xenon L.
Okay, we're taking quite a few hits, so we gotta kill these guys fast.
Xenon N. Xenon N.
Okay.
L.
Yeah, that's one of the ones we need to kill.
Xenon
It's not time to really worry about capturing stuff at the moment. It's time to worry about saving our hides from doing something blatantly stupid as flying right into the middle of a bunch of xenon.
Banshee missile.
Okay, this is the P.
P.
It looks like a really big L with a lot of shields. Luckily, the P does not have any sort of rear turret, so I'm able to do this. Just sit behind it all day and not fire. I thought I was firing.
L.
Okay. No wonder why I wasn't dying. But the P+, that one has a rear turret. Watch out for that one. You don't want to do that to that.
N.
Not P+, but PX. Okay, where's my target? There we go.
Banshee missile.
And once again, they're dropping missiles, which I can later sell for extra cash.
N.
What we want is about 750,000 money, because traders will require money in order to operate. They operate directly out of your own cash reserves. Oh, shoot. That one ejected.
Xenon L.
That would have been a nice bonus.
Xenon L. Xenon N.
Now that there's fewer enemies, I can take more time to try to capture ships. Of course, if I kill them in one hit, that's a different story.
Target is now in firing range.
Those whooshes you hear are my goblins returning and refueling, and then relaunching. Yeah. That's something a normal fighter drone does not normally do. It usually just self-destructs once it's out of fuel,
Xenon N.
which makes no sense. It's a waste of money. There's more enemies. Wow, there really were a lot of enemies here.
Now in firing range.
So, after this, we will look at and see how much we actually got from all this.
Xenon N.
Wrong button. I want to switch targets.
Xenon
Ah,
N. Wildfire missile. Xenon N.
now we've got another ship out there assisting us, so we got to kill these quick if we want to get bounties.
Our President and Senator, the Aryan
We have been getting them, they just don't announce it every single time. Otherwise it gets downright annoying. Oh, missile hit us. Where were our goblins? Now, one thing you might notice is the top turret, when it fires forward, it always fires directly at the ship, which won't hit it if you're above the targeting reticle at all. So you want to always aim a little bit below the targeting reticle in this ship. Okay. There's even more! Let's see if we can't kill a few more. Any more of these before. They're all gone. M is 17 kilometers from here, so maybe I can get there first.
Not available.
Huh. Wow, I lost all but one of my fighter drones. Oh well. Seems the enemy's gotten better at shooting them down than I remember. I was expecting maybe one or two lost.
NMMC escort buzzard.
Wow, I saved his life. Look at those. Look at the hull. He's barely even moving anymore. Well, I'm gonna... Let's see how much we got. We earned about 50,000 from that little skirmish, as heavy as it was, plus all the missiles I can pick up. So I'll be back with you once I sell this stuff and get a final tally, and then look for another mission. Now, one of the things that dropped that I didn't notice before was a bunch of magiclit. Magiclit is made from
Magiclit is made from the shell of a madra snail.
Like she said.
It is a very precious material used by many races for creating jewelry and ornamentation.
And advanced satellites. Oh shoot, I was just beat out to get the price here. But there's very little magiclit in this portion of space because it's so far from the Paranid. So you can usually get a good price on selling magiclit around here. So that's why I picked that up as well as the missiles for some extra money. And then we just gotta dock at the equipment dock here, and we will have our final tally of money. And looks like our trader's in sector. He's a dealer, which is almost maxed. And as I said, he will get out. He'll use a jump drive to get out of dodge if he sees any enemies in sector, or you see any enemies in sector. Our Cutlass is now got a jump drive and everything it needs, so I'm gonna give it orders to dock here for the moment. Later on, it along with the Vidar, once I get my next ship, will be running patrols in our sectors in order to protect against enemy threats. Because while Harmony of Perpetuity seems safe enough, I have found that the CAC do spawn there occasionally.
President and Senator, the Argam Federation welcomes friends aboard.
Connection to local trading network.
That was 121,000 there.
Banshee missile sold.
That was cheap.
Firefly missile sold. The Firelance missile.
That's not much.
Firelance missile sold.
Oh, I had another.
Firelance missile sold.
Got a Hurricane missile, that's a little bit more.
Hurricane missile sold. Rapier missile sold. Silkworm missile sold.
And then we had 8 of these for another 26,000.
Wildfire missile Windstalker
All in all, about
missile.
135,000
The
credits.
Silkworm missile combines quantum technology
That puts us about halfway
with a
towards our
warhead
goal.
capable of destroying
Now I just need
even
another
heavily
mission,
protected
and we should be pretty close to it. So I'll cut when I find one. Welcome back. I've got 2 fight missions and a CAC cluster here.
Kach cluster.
I'm gonna go ahead and deal with the CAC first, and I will call it CAC and not what she just called it, because it sounds too much like something else. You see how it's spelled? It's CAC. Now these are probably going to start spawning bigger enemy groups.
Kach fighter.
As my fight skill goes up, it'll be more and more dangerous.
Target test control ready.
Yes, pest control ready.
President and Senator, the Argon Federation thank you for your help with this invader.
These
As a
are
reward,
pests.
You get 500 credits.
Kach scout.
Come on.
Kach scout.
At this level, they can barely damage my shields, but later on, when I get into the Final Fury missions, it's gonna be, yeah, no. They will drain your shields pretty quickly.
Kach scout.
In fact, the ship that they give you for beating the Final Fury missions would be perfect to run the Final Fury missions on. What is that?
Kach cluster.
Another one. Well, that was pretty easy. They didn't drop any missiles. And I've yet to find more drones. Well, I really haven't looked for them. Next time I find them, I'll probably buy about 30 or so, just so I have plenty extra. But drones aren't very effective against cock. Oh, I just said I wouldn't say that. Damn.
Kach fighter. Target is now in firing range.
Okay, come on, die. Now, these can actually eject too, but they're very rare to get an ejector. Mostly because they die pretty quickly.
President and Senator, the Argon Federation thank you for your help with this invader. As a reward, you get
But you cannot actually board any of the capital ships. So, at most you can have a fighter or two of theirs. Without mods.
Kach scout.
And their ships are the only ones that can equip beams like these. They're called Kion emitters. And those beams are the reason why you don't fire missiles at these guys. These guys just will auto-hit them. And they instantly target missiles too. Okay, come on.
Kach scout. No.
Now,
Go on.
you've probably noticed that their normal ships look like pieces of pyramid. It's so that they can fit together in a larger cluster. But their bigger ships do not fit in the clusters.
Alpha.
If you notice the goblin, that's mine! And now he's bringing it back to me. He says, for you! He didn't say, for the Overlord or anything. Sometimes they do. So let's start this mission.
Right on time. Encoding data for transmission.
We will get double paid for everything that we kill this time. And it should come from the south. Yes. In fact, because of this,
Pilot Viper.
I'm gonna jump there, because if it has missiles,
Jump
that
to
could actually destroy the station.
10%. 20.
We don't want that getting anywhere close to it.
50%.
That is a bomber, by the way. It's basically the largest type of fighter. It doesn't have a lot of guns, but it has ability to use powerful missiles. Some of the most powerful missiles that fire in large volleys.
Pirate Viper.
I didn't launch that.
Pirate
Oh,
Falcon.
we don't even get the credit for that. He blew up with one of his missiles. Isn't that... yeah. I hate how their missile kills don't count for you. Especially when you're firing at them, or your allies are firing. I mean, your ships are firing at them. Oh well. I think he was about to eject. Damn it. They need to eject faster or die slower. One of the two. Yo. And you need to just be hit. I don't think I've hit you once. That's all damage from my goblin. And it looks like my goblin's gone to hiding, which means he's targeted him. Yes. He's hiding. So that means that this guy's gonna try to fly right at me to get at the goblin.
Pirate Harrier.
That's how goblins are useful for larger ships, to deal with these guys. Now the goblin picked a new target.
Target is now in firing range.
The goblins will lure them into a trap.
Target left firing range. Target
Okay,
is now
goblin.
in firing range.
Oh, might as well shoot at him. Okay, goblin, you're supposed to be luring him over here. Why aren't you doing that? You notice my turrets don't constantly fire on the enemies. They only fire when they think they can actually hit them. So it saves my batteries for my firing on the main cannons. Let's not crash into the
Target
station here.
left firing. Target is now in firing range.
Hey goblin, where are you? You're not doing your job. I'm sorry that you're seeing me chase this guy around the station like this. My guns are also avoiding firing at him when they could possibly hit the station too. Here he comes.
Now in firing range.
Looks like he's gotten wind of the goblin. And the goblin's gone into hiding mode. Got him.
Pirate Discoverer Hauler.
Haha, gotcha. Now I just gotta get you, tag you again.
On behalf of our President and Senator, the Argon Federation...
You did some fantastic work there. Sending payment for the job now.
Well, that's
You
not a
have gained
huge amount,
repetition. Medium weapons complex. Alpha.
but it's a step.
Photon
And I
pulse
believe
cannon
they had
core.
another mission.
Beta.
So let's get it over there.
You are talking to the...
No, they didn't have the mission. Was it the computer plant?
Alpha.
Or did the mission expire? It's funny.
You are talking
You miss out on the mission and
automated
no
interaction
consequences
system.
whatsoever to the
Make
station.
your request.
It's been a great encoding data for transmission.
This one is not going to be
This
much
mission
of a
should
problem.
be a cakewalk for you. Reckon you can take the job?
Yeah, I'll be security against a couple of scouts, and they're spawning at the other gate, so let's get there quickly.
Jump device charging.
Now that I got a jump device, these become easy to catch up to them quickly.
30. 40.
But you
50%.
always want to be there in case there's something there that you don't want close to that station.
80. 90. Jumping. Entering system in autopilot off. Xenon.
Oh, it's Xenon.
L.
Well, you've seen me fight a bunch of Xenon. You know I can handle this.
Target is now in fire mode.
Gotcha. Don't hit the gate. Eject. Okay.
Split ore transporter.
Then the other ones are probably already at the station at this point. Just about. The medium fighter isn't there yet, but he'll be there before I can get there.
N.
Unless my goblin can attract him. My last surviving goblin. It's got a bit of a brain. Haha. It's got his attention.
Target is now in fire mode.
And I believe they auto-fire goblins whenever the enemies are faster than you.
On behalf of our president and senator, the Argon Federation, thank you for your help with this invader.
Would have been nice if I could have captured it L or M.
Credits.
Yeah, you see it auto-fired him because that thing's so much faster. And my goblin nearly killed it for me.
Xenon N.
And now he'll dock and relaunch to go fire another.
Target is now in fire mode.
Now, these drones here, from what I understand, they're not the only drones in Rebirth. Drones can be a little bit bigger in that game,
Xenon N.
even though your main ship will be a drone carrier.
Target is now
You can have fighter drones and other stuff like that, where you can actually pilot them. You just do so from within your ship. Okay, and that's it.
You did some fantastic work there. Sending payment for the job now.
I'm gonna pick up the stuff, and then I'll be back with you when I find another mission, because that is clearly not enough. We need another 250,000.